Hello and welcome to Fallout 4 on this beautiful day in the Commonwealth, and this is a video I've been meaning to do for quite some time. In fact, since the original review for Fallout 4 on the channel, a video about settlements. Yes. And as I mentioned in the latest review for Fallout 4, settlements is a bit of a passion for me. So I better preface that by saying that I am by no means the most talented of settlement builders. There are literally hundreds of videos out there on YouTube with some extremely talented people showing off some amazing design ideas. But what I wanted to do as a follow-up to the review was to show you how how far I'd got on my own journey through settlement building, and to discuss some of the ways that I approach to do it. Now, I want to try and do this as briefly as possible because the first half is going to be a little tour of Sanctuary as it is now, and the second half is going to be a montage of all the other settlements, save one, to music. And the purpose is just twofold: to show you what I've done with them and how far I've got in developing them, and the second is maybe to give you some ideas about how to approach it. So here we are with Lucy, of course, named Lucy after the show. Now let's talk about how I approach it. So from the get-go, you'll notice that Sanctuary is heavily fortified and completely perimetered. So the first thing that I do when I'm approaching any of the settlement areas is to perimeter it. Completely enclose the area so random enemies and creatures can't just wander in. Now, people do point out that occasionally enemies do spawn in, but what I've noticed with the next gen update, actually, and I'm not sure if they have tweaked this, is that the enemies will spawn more often than not outside the building area, the workshop area, the actual area that you can build things in. So the spawning points may well have been moved. So what we're going to do is, so I'll show you an example of that now, of when I'm talking about this perimetering. You can see that wherever we go outside, these hedges were already the building was already part of the settlement, but anywhere that wasn't is either closed off with wooden walls, metal walls is confusing because it's classed under the wood section of the building workshop, but they are metal, corrugated iron. So if we look at, and I'm trying to get my thoughts in order before we talk about these defenses, which to come back to really briefly, and I'm hoping you're getting an idea of how the settlement looks. When I first came out of the vault, when you first come out of the vault, Sanctuary is the first area that you come to. You'll meet Codsworth and you complete a little side mission with him, in which he then instructs you on how to progress in the game, in the story, where to go next. And what isn't made clear is at that point you can use the workshop in Sanctuary here after that quest and start building. And what I did was I deconstructed everything in Sanctuary, just everything, anything lying around, deconstructed to create materials. I then created this wall. And concrete, by the way, is a material that you will get. I think it's in the Wasteland Workshop expansion, which is well worth getting because concrete is extremely useful. And then I just perimeter this initial area here, which I'm walking around right now. Just along here to there, to that building there, and to there, connecting back to this building here. And that was the initial building area. So when you start a settlement, you don't have to use the whole space, especially at the beginning when your resources are relatively limited and your abilities are relatively limited. And so that's how I started Sanctuary. I started in this area and then expanded out. So we'll look at that expansion briefly now. You know, with the fortifications, and you'll notice a lot of these themes repeat in other settlements later on. And so the missile turret there, you're going to need some advanced skills that will come later on, but heavy turrets you acquire quite early on. And this double door system, fortification. Now the reason for that is that if you just have a single door, enemies, you know, they come through the door and they're already in the settlement. With two doors, if there are more than one enemy, it creates a queue. They're forced to basically form a line, which slows them down and allows you to deal with them one-on-one. Well, this is just one door, they just all spill out. And so we've got more complicated fortifications here, facing both ways, because if they come in through that door or into this area, we've got that covered. We've got this covered here, and again a laser turret there. We've got a heavy turret up there. Up here we've got even more fortifications for this direction, a heavy turret there and a heavy turret there, because we don't tend to get so many coming through this radiated swampland there. And then we have some barracks, basically. These beds here, oh, press the wrong thing, are from something you can get in the Creation Club. If I bring it up very quickly, which I highly recommend, it's the Home Decor Club pack. I really recommend you get that if you become more interested in developing the settlements. And so you can see an awful lot of power is being used. I've got a lot of power in the Sanctuary now. Loads of street lights everywhere. Another repeating theme is a dining area with a stove and a fridge. That's from the Home Decor pack. And I'm trying to be a little bit more pacey here because I don't want the video to run on too quickly. We've got water here, which will be expanded upon later on from the actual river that runs past Sanctuary. That's for later on. Lucy's original house, I haven't altered it that much. I've just put little bits in to make it a little bit more, you know, agreeable. But all of the original stuff is pretty much still here. The only thing I put in was a double bed here. And that's because this is a symbol of where she's been, where she's from, and, you know, it's just left. All the food is here. It goes around here. We've got a huge amount of food. The original barracks for the first settlers that came here are here. I have 3 dogs now, not just dog meat, 3 dogs. And so these are the original barracks. And I then expanded out here, and then one of the first ideas, I've got other ideas to come, was Piper's office, an office away from Diamond City. So this is Piper's office, and you'll notice, of course, the perfect spelling, because Piper does all of the signs except Sanctuary. The Sanctuary isn't named. We have here Power, which is the large nuclear power, generating a lot of the power, but we have loads and loads of generators everywhere as well. And then an idea that I had here, most settlements have these. Of course, I weight train myself, so this was a particular importance to me. And I have these weight training facilities and bathrooms, more generators there, and then we have this. Now, of course, because the populace is trying to repopulate, uh, the problem with the barracks, the communal areas, is no real privacy. So this is let's say, a motel. We have our ensuite, and we have, just a little special couple of rooms there for couples to, play patty cake. And then up here we have
Now, where did I put my script?
our store and bar. And you'll see repeating themes like that. And this area actually it tends to be very popular with the residents. You'll see them all crammed down here at the moment because the game's figuring out where they will be. But later on, they'll all be up there. This here is from a quest line where you can help the caravan traders, and then you have this ability to put these things in, which allows them to visit your settlements. Statues everywhere, and so yeah, that's it. That's from the new some of the new ideas in the next gen update, and I will be expanding out. And so what I was talking about, the water, I've already started to form that, but you'll see again, all perimetered, nobody getting any in here. There'll be a big water filter machine here to be connected up. I don't think I'm going to do much here, actually, in this area, because I like the idea that it's just as it was. But on here, this little area here that I've already kind of segregated, yeah, I'll probably put some places to sit and things like that. Maybe some more defense up there, covering the river. And, okay, we have a mortar here as well. Right, so again, I need more power here and expand those ideas, but I think that is enough for now. I think that gives you a pretty good idea of how far I've got. Certainly not the greatest sanctuary settlement you're ever going to see on YouTube, but hopefully something that amused you and may give you some ideas on how to approach it. So from there, thank you very much for watching and listening. The next part of this video is just going to be a montage of the other settlements, save one, which is an island that I haven't even contemplated starting yet. It's just a huge area, and maybe I'll show that off at some point if I decide to make a video of the settlements in the expansions. But I have plenty more other games and other videos to review. So for now, thank you very much for watching and listening. Take care.